We're common loaded for bear. Well, I hope you guys liked the bathroom remodel episode, but it's back to race car. So in between doing stuff, I came out here and took my car apart, and let me show you guys what I found. So we got things taken apart. We broke some things. Well, this was interesting. So let's start here. That's a rocker arm adjuster. It still was good. Valve lash was still good. That's interesting. Okay, moving on. We heard a rattle before a final round up in the valve cover. So it's broke this shaft back here and this. So I thought that I had some valve float going on. So I took my heads apart. I bought a bitchin' spring tester. I tested all my springs, and they were right where they were supposed to be. 450 pounds on the seat. What made me nervous was I saw some old numbers on here that my buddy set up, and those were before shimming. So there's my shim. That's what I measured. That's what I measured installed height. So these things were dead nuts. Anyway, it wasn't valve float. Says the tester. Yeah, look at that. Weird. So that's weird. We got weird problems here. So I'm like, God. And it fucked up. This is the rocker shaft side that broke. Like, look at that, dude. That thing's probably going to need a guide. Sorry, I was looking at that. I don't know if the camera was. So that's fucked up. And then the tip of this thing is crooked, so it no go out. So that's got to get cut off. So that's also exciting. And this is the side that broke. Ripped this stand up. And I'm guessing bent the tip of the valve. It also broke the retainer. Where is that unit? Because that's exciting. Yeah, these lash lock combos. Found that piece, but I mean, that thing, these are supposed to scissor together. So one of the things I was looking at was the retainers. Some of these retainers are junk, but this was all new stuff. And I'm wondering, we have a variety here of valves. See, we've got square groove. And then we got B-lock. Beadlock. And I'm wondering if some of these, because I got a ton of these things, if maybe some of these, like these looks like 7 degree, which is what the keepers are, and that's fuel stuff. And then I got a whole bag of like 10 degree. And I'm kind of laying these up on there, and I don't know that they're the same. So like some of this, like that almost looks like a 10 degree. So anyway, that's another problem, but that didn't cause all of this. These were just hard to get apart. And yes, that's a problem. And yes, that needs fixed. So what do we do? Because this head is fucked for now. I mean, it's going to have to get, I got to order valves. I got to order new keepers, new retainers. Like, so that's a bunch of money, and I really don't want to, let me switch over. I don't really want to dump a bunch of money in these Hemis because we got plans, man. We got plans. We got a shelf. Oh. So I got a bunch of Brad 5 stuff. I got a bitchin' intake manifold. I don't even know if I want to show you guys this. this tucked that away. Anyway, so you don't want to just be throwing good money after bad. Now, what we have here is old trusty. This thing's all sealed up, ready for some storage. And this doesn't look like much, but this thing's a fucking bad hammer. Takes that intake. This is a twin, but this has a 45-degree cam. So, the lifter bank angle is at 45 degrees, and it's standard cam height, but it's a 54mm cam core. This motor is a stage 10 KB, and it's got the raised cam 48-degree lifter bank angle. And, you know, I'm sitting there just racking my brain. All right. I'm sitting there racking my brain like all night while I'm working on this bathroom. I worked on it all weekend, Father's Day. I'm sitting in there, man. I just have to know, like, what is going on. Meanwhile, there's no witness marks on these pistons that have contacted anything. The valves don't look like they've contacted anything. But the head studs were loosening on this side, one, and the nut came off. And vibration and misfires do really weird things. But I'm like, man, it's only done this to the passenger side of the motor. Now this cam's the thing that fucked me on, couldn't get the car to spool, different firing order, the cam specs are different than the cam card, and John Bewley ground this for me, which he's no longer with us, or I'd be bitching at him on the phone, which he would enjoy because he's my friend. Anyway, I was like, okay, I didn't verify the firing order because the cam card said that it was an LS1 firing order, which is what I ordered. It was a custom grind. Why would I think that would be different? Do you guys check that? I mean, let this shit talking start, I suppose. I fucking earned it. Anyway, so I'm thinking about this. Like, the driver's side hasn't even broke a push rod adjuster or nothing. Rocker arm adjuster. It's broke nothing over there. All on the passenger side. So I mold this over, and I'm like, I wonder if I got a 45 fucking degree cam core. Now these things aren't easy to find. They're easy to find for blower cams that are like a 296 duration, but not like a 270, 280. Because my spare old reliable over here, I had to have a billet 9310 cam made for it because no one had turbo cores. Like, there was nothing around, and they're not going to make anything because 45. That's a fucking oddball thing that's old. Okay, so like everyone's 60mm, 65mm, but a 45-degree lifter bank is the factory Chrysler lifter bank angle. So these have push rod problems more so than normal Hemis because the cam's lower in the block, so the push rods are longer, and the angle's not as good. Anyway, there's a reason why they went away from it. So I get on number 6 just now with all my degree stuff. It's sure as shit, because that thing's straight up, you would say that, like, I probably got 6 degrees of difference. In between the intake valve opening and closing, I do, but because I had the cam basically straight up and I advanced it, and it did weird stuff to the other side. So I'm checking it, and my numbers are, I didn't write them down. But just agreeing, just not off the cam card, not what this thing should be straight up. I got 18 intake opening on number 6 and 23 intake opening on number 1. Intake valve closing, 68 on number 6, 65 on number 1. So like that's only 3 degrees, but the other side is 5 degrees. I don't know. I checked it a bunch of times. So the math doesn't math in my head right now, but yeah. So I'm going to open this thing up because this thing needs rods. And my plan was to put some Brad 5s on this because it deserves it. I have 2 really hard seasons on that thing. But anyway, what we're going to do is yank the heads off. These are going to go get a valve job. And I can't talk and do this. These are going to get a valve job and some new springs. And the rocker gear is mint on there. I'm sketched a little bit on this stuff, even though I bought colors. to lock them, new hardened shafts, another spring kit, and yeah. So these will get some new springs. Hopefully, the valves were new when this thing was put together. So it does have like 2 seasons on the valves. It might need valves. I don't know. But I'm going to try because I really just got 3 races left. Like to go test and then probably get rid of these and switch over to my Brad 5 stuff and step up into the last 25 years and not have a bunch of shit that's from the 90s, 1996. So that'd be cool. That's the plan here. Sorry, walking around. I'm trying to do stuff. I can't sit still like a crackhead. So that's what's going on. At least I feel like I found it, because when I tested all the valve springs and they were perfect, I was like, God, what else could cause the rocker gear to break over there? So that stuff would be retarded. 6 degrees, which is why when I was adding boost, like it wouldn't pick up. It wouldn't pick up at all. And anyway, because one bank's fucked up and then it's misfiring or God knows what. Maybe that's why it spools ungodly fast, and it shouldn't, because it's down low. Maybe it really likes it. I don't know. See ya. I know, more talking. It's been a week. It's been crazy. I've been coming out here trying to fix some of this stuff when I could. So I found some more stuff with this hemi. Let me show you guys. So I got these all set back up. I ordered new valves. We got rid of, I guess we got rid of the beadlock stuff on the exhaust. So there's no more of that. And then these 2 intake valves were messed up. These are kind of the remnants of some retainers that I've pulled off the head. I had to cut this valve out. There's the top of my lash lock. Anyway, those are ready to go. I ended up building a bitchin' set of rocker gear. So I kind of covered this in the last video. These rocker stands are super nice. They have 4 holes down here. So I put the new shafts in here. I put the new lock collars and the new springs on. Bitchin'. And I never had problems with those. These got the shafts out of those. Okay. They only have 3 bolt holes. So I was like, oh, well, maybe that's why they're ripping this stand off. Now, obviously, this is a different color. The other stand, same thing. Well, I got out my flat edge here. My straight edge, flat edge. Straight edge, it is flat. And I started like, okay, well, let's start on the heads. Let's see what we got. And let's lay some stuff out here. So all these pads, right? Well, these, the side that didn't break, completely flat. Also, different color stand. Now, the side that broke, two of these stands, one of them was like 80 thou tall, and the other one was like 150 thou tall. So, they got the old file job. So I'd come out here and whittle away. Old trusty heads. Went to my buddy Luke, who does head work, and they needed 4 titanium exhaust valves. So the guys at AJ told me when I was ordering valves, like, hey, these 3/8 Inconel exhaust valves are pretty heavy. So I gave them a little bit more spring pressure, like 20 thousandths, which isn't a lot, right? But it's something. It's like the most I can run with my cams that are ordered. So I still got to pull the cam out of this, but I've just been doing stuff outside. I just wanted to update you guys. I do think that the cam is the reason we were down on power. I think the broken valve train, breaking the valve train, is also because the vibration and the misfiring and the down on power are because of the cam. But the broken rocker shafts are because of those pads. I feel like I'm pretty positive that that's what caused the broken shafts. So anyway, I feel like we got that stuff sorted. We're on to bigger and better things. It's going to be marvelous. It's going to be wonderful. I hate spending the money on these things like I mentioned in the video, but hopefully we'll be out racing third week in July. We got 2 camping trips coming up, and then I've been building stuff outside because I literally can't do anything. I probably should come in here and pick up and get a little more organized, but I really don't want to put these old heads on here. Old trusty heads give me another point of compression, and I already ordered gaskets for them. I could put these on, like I'm still waiting for a cam. So if the other heads aren't done, and these have to be right, like these and old trusty heads, the dart heads, like they've got all new springs now. They've got 4 new exhaust valves. They're going to be ready to roll. And then even if I want to sell this stuff, it's like, it's right. You know, I'm not selling somebody else's problems. But for now, the smart move is to keep this stuff through race season. So thanks for watching. I got some more house project videos coming your way. Talk to you soon. All right, smash that like button and subscribe.